With all the confusion surrounding what the government should do with the detainees, many have wondered if military commissions are the answer, while others argue that they're illegal. In this episode of Perception in the Law, Professor Addicott takes an in-depth look at military commissions and asks, are they legal?
Hi, I'm Professor Addicott, and today we're going to talk about military commissions. As you know, military commissions have been another issue of great concern by some over their legality. Almost from day one, it's been an issue of great concern. President Bush, under his authority granted to him by Article 2 of the Constitution, established military commissions early on. The Supreme Court in 2006 struck down the authority of the President to establish military commissions and basically said, no, we want the Congress to authorize military commissions. So therefore the Congress authorized military commissions in 2006. And in that authorization, they said that you can try by military commissions unlawful enemy combatants, and then they listed who qualified: Al-Qaeda, Taliban, and associated forces. We saw almost the exact language in the 2009 Military Commission Act when President Obama took office. The Democrat-controlled Congress passed the 2009 Military Commissions Act, provided a few more levels of due process, but the point is they authorize the legitimacy of military commissions. If you're at war, military commissions are lawful. We are at war, therefore they are lawful. President Obama, when he took office, as you know, halted all military commissions. He also passed an executive order saying that that Gitmo would be closed down in 1 year. He also passed another executive order dealing with interrogation issues. We'll talk about that later. The President reversed himself, though, last year and said, no, I'm now going to authorize the use of military commissions. And of course, during the interim period when he halted military commissions and authorized military commissions and endorsed them, we actually had 3 individuals tried by military commission under the Obama administration. So military commissions are taking place right now. We have approximately 175 individuals currently detained in Guantanamo Bay. We have charges being developed for probably between 50 and 60 that are going to be tried by military commissions. The rest of the individuals at Guantanamo Bay, we actually don't have enough evidence to try them for war crimes by military commissions. However, we can still detain them, obviously, under the law of war as enemy combatants. We've heard that military commissions have lower levels of due process than federal district courts. That's true. Can't argue with that. The question is, are they illegal? No, they're not illegal. Military commissions were established to recognize the exigencies of warfare. You don't have police officers on the battlefield with yellow tape running off the battle zone or the crime scene. Chain of custody is problematic in many cases, and it can't be traced. Hearsay evidence is also problematic. So military commissions have always allowed hearsay as long as it's probative. They've always allowed a relaxation of chain of custody rules. And they recognize the exigencies of the battlefield, and therefore we have military commissions. So yes, if your argument, your complaint is that they don't have the same due process of federal district courts, you're true. But that's not the issue. Are they illegal? No, they're not illegal. In fact, if you look at the due process standards that have been established by Congress in the 2006-2009 Military Commissions Act, you'll discover that our military commissions, as established, have more due process than most courts, criminal courts in Europe, than the International Criminal Court itself. We have more due process built in to our military commission process than almost any other court in the world, with the exception, of course, of our federal courts, where they have rules on hearsay that's prohibited unless you have exceptions to the hearsay rule, etc., etc. So by looking at the chart, you can see that our military commissions are not kangaroo courts. One final example, the case of Hamdan. He was the bodyguard and driver for Osama bin Laden. If you look at the charge sheet, you'll notice that he was acquitted of half of the charges that he was charged with. If it was truly a kangaroo court, he would have been convicted of all of the charges. But it's not. These individuals will get their day in court, and the military commission process should move forward as rapidly as possible. Obviously, it's been politicized for years and demonized for years, and that has been a critical issue and an issue that we don't need to deal with anymore. Hopefully we can move forward and finish these military commissions. Part of the problem with the Obama administration is they've had a schizophrenic approach. The Attorney General, about a year and a half ago, had 10 enemy combatants. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 4 others he wanted to send to federal district court in New York to try them as domestic criminals, basically. The other 5 he said, I'm sending to military commissions in Guantanamo Bay. The American people said, what? If they're enemy combatants, Mr. Holder, they should be treated all equally under the law of war and go to military commissions. If they're not enemy combatants, Mr. Holder, take all 10 of them and try them in federal district court. And unfortunately, this move, in my opinion, was made for political purposes, but the American people, both Democrats and Republicans, stood up and said, it's not going to happen. And the President reauthorized military commissions subsequent to this outcry by the American people, and that's why we now are moving forward with the military commission process. To stay up to date on the latest news, be sure to like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter.